Hello, and welcome to the Cup Ringside. Oh, it's been a minute since I said that. We are back, y'all. We're here, we're back. It's WrestleMania season. Of course, we're gonna be back. We started it a year ago on this channel at WrestleMania, and this is what we are. We have made it a year. Can y'all believe it? We've made it a year at this channel. That's kind of awesome. I'm kind of excited. So, yay for us. Well, welcome to the Cup Ringside, where we give you the best seat in the house. I am your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. I brought back a favorite, an oldie but a goodie. My favorite, Strawberry Sun Kisses back. That's what I'm drinking. Drinking my girly because I love her. And the most important thing that I do have is my cup mug. Ow. And you can get your cup mug, you can get your cup mug or your beautiful cup merch. LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup merch. Period.
And hi, everybody. I'm Brook, and I'm passionate about pop culture, but I am also your reigning and defending queen of the Cup Ringside. God, it's been a long time since I've gotten to say that, but I missed it. So WrestleMania. WrestleMania
Fighting
is
to
on.
survive.
Pump it up, pump it up.
Just like that. Just like that.
I'm whelmed with this WrestleMania lineup, but I'm not excited because it is WrestleMania. So the matches are going to be great. The storylines have been totally fine.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Lewis. I guess I'm the resident British bulldog of the channel because he is literally. I am in Bulldog County, country, whatever. Literally from Manchester. I am drinking. I don't know what the saying that you say on the ESC channel, Brook and Logan and everyone when we're drinking Coke Zero. What was the?
So we are fighting against the Coke Zero regime if you are not drinking Coke Zero. And if you are drinking Coke Zero, you are assisting. You are fighting against the anti-Coke Zero regime.
Oh, I'm fighting against the anti-Coke Zero regime because I'm drinking Coke Zero. Anyway, I love that I'm back here on the Cup Ringside. Oh gosh, a whole year. I've put so much effort into this channel in this year that I I'm glad I made it a year. I know WrestleMania season every year. I always just have a constant loop of that one Santino Marella moment in WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 Road to WrestleMania, where he's just constantly singing the WrestleMania song. I love it. I agree. I'm also wound with this lead up storyline wise, but WrestleMania, the big thing for me when it comes to WrestleMania is production value, presentation. I'm very excited to see what it looks like. I want to see the stage. That's something I really look forward to each year. It's seeing how it's set up, and it's looking like it's gonna be much better than last year's. Because God, that stage was not great. Yeah.
Is that it? Is that the because I think that's the longest introduction I've ever heard. But
It's been a while since I've been here, Lana. I had to use my moment.
all right. Anyway, moving on. That would be you, Toph.
Finally, the Toph has come back to the Cup Ringside. And I am finally back in the saddle. You can rely on me like you can rely on the Big Show making a heel face turn. Like you can rely on Chris Jericho reinventing himself. Like you can rely on The Undertaker staying undefeated. Except for that one time at WrestleMania. And like you can oh yes, 2 times. And you can rely on Vince McMahon being out of the picture. I am back again.
We missed you, Toe.
We missed you
Oh,
so
I
much,
missed
Topher.
you. I missed you.
I see
I
Lewis for
moved to
Eurovision
Temple
coverage. I don't get to see you very often, Topher. We missed you.
It's been too long. It's been too long, Topher. But we're
Mhm.
glad you are back. The Topher's back, y'all.
I'm
Topher's
ready.
back.
I'm ready. I'm looking forward to this WrestleMania so much.
Is this-
Period.
It's
Is
a,
this
you
the
know,
final
it's,
boss, the Tough?
yeah, it really is. It's a good. It's okay. The build up has not been great, and we'll talk about that. But
Mhm.
the card itself on paper, if you would have handed me this card 6 months ago, I would have been like, well, there's some dream matches on there. But is there a reason for the dream matches? That's what we'll get into. What
That's what we'll
is the
talk about.
reason?
That is the reason. And who are you? Who?
Hello, I am Derric, and this is my first official appearance on the Cup side. But I have watched this
The what? The what?
podcast
The what?
I think-
The
I
what?
think
on
it's
the Cup Ringside. My
Thank
apologies.
you.
Hashtag the cup side.
The cup side.
Anyway,
No, I love it.
You've got your cup side.
this is my first official appearance on
Yes.
this great podcast. I
Yay.
have watched all the podcasts, especially the ones that talks about wrestling, for I am a true wrestling fan. And my favorite pay-per-view, as we know it, is WrestleMania. Or should I say Yeet Mania.
Period.
Yeet Mania.
Period.
As we get into this show. Because we
Fix
all
your
know
face,
what's
Brook.
going to
Fix your
happen.
face, Brook. Not too much, Brook. Not too much. What we will not have on this channel in my presence is any Yeet slander or any meh with the Yeet Mania that's about to go
I just
down.
I just
Period.
don't want to call it Yeet Mania. That doesn't like flow off the tongue.
It flows for me. Yeet Mania. It flows just like Kofi Mania, Yeet Mania.
Mania.
It all
Yeet
works.
Mania.
There's an extra
Yeet.
syllable.
It works. It
Oh, you're
works.
sounding like Logan with that no thank you BS. Right. Right.
But it's welcome, Derek. We welcome you to the Cup Ringside. We're glad you're here. We are here talking about WrestleMania. It is WrestleMania season. We're so excited. This is the biggest time of the year. If you're a wrestling fan, you get excited for WrestleMania. No matter what the card is, no matter what the build-up is, you get excited for WrestleMania because it is the biggest, it's the granddaddy of them all. It's the biggest show of the year. And I'm excited for it. So we're gonna jump in and talk all about WrestleMania. But before we do, y'all know, well, you might not know if you haven't checked it out. We are on a mission here at the Cup Network where we are trying to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. So what we need you to do is to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go and do it. If this is your first time checking us out, welcome. Thank you. You see the thumbs up? Absolutely. Thank you. Welcome. We appreciate you, and we hope that you join us and subscribe to this channel so you can check us out and support us. And subscribe to all of the channels in the Cup Network. We have three other channels that you can join. If you're a fan of drag or drag race, follow us at the Cup Pod. If you're a fan of competitive reality television, follow us at the Cup TV. If you are a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, follow us at the Cup ESC. Every channel is heating up. When I'm telling you, we got content coming constantly on all of our channels. You want to be a part of it. So join us on all of our channels. If you need to join us and listen to us on the go, join us at our audio podcast link. That is in the description below as well. Follow us there. You can check us out on the way to church, to work, to school, to wherever, on the beach, wherever you need to join us there. But check us out on our audio podcast links and join our Patreon. We got a lot of fun things coming your way in our Patreon with exclusive content, early access, and just some cute behind the scene things where we do so you know who we are when we're not talking about WWE wrestling or anything else. So check us out on all of our on our Patreon. All right, that's it. I'm ready to get into it. That's it. I'm ready to get into it.
Right.
Because
Intro out of the way. 10 minutes.
intro
Yeah.
out.
About it.
Right. Intro
wait.
out.
We're missing
I gotta
the
bring
Topher.
Topher.
We've lost to Topher.
We did. We lost one.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, we got one.
Oh,
We got him back.
period.
We got him
back. Derric, you're gonna have to move over because the screen got smaller. So, yep. But yeah,
Oh my
we
God.
are. Yeah, this
We're
is.
like,
We're very tiny.
tight.
We're very tiny
We're
and
tight.
tight. We're tight together. I look
Love
like
it.
you like each other, y'all. Act like
We
We'll
we
find
like
out.
each other.
crammed into this slide like this card is crammed in.
Yes.
But yeah,
But-
we have some notable omissions.
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
But let's get into night one. I don't know if this is the order. Probably is. I think I got it where it is the order of the card. So let's get into the first match of the night, which is gonna be Gunther and Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Champions Yeet Mania. We're going to make our, if this is your first time checking us out, we're going to talk about these matches, of course, because that's what we do. And then we're going to make our predictions. And I'm going to keep track because I have to make sure one of us actually wins this thing.
We're some competitive people.
We're
It's just
very
the way it is.
competitive here. That
Very.
is what it is.
I mean, look, 4 of us met each other doing something very competitive. I don't know.
Yeah. We might have voted each other out at time from time to time, at, in a couple of
I can
places.
honestly say I have never voted Topher out of a game. I can
That's
say that.
true. That's true.
I have not voted Topher out of a game, but I've been voted out by a game hosted by Topher.
That part.
That is true.
That
That is awesome.
I can't remember if I have voted Topher out. I can't even remember. Oh, I've
Did you
definitely
vote me
voted
out the
Lana out.
WrestleMania,
No,
Lewis?
I've definitely voted Lewis out several times. So,
Oh,
That's what I'm thinking. Like,
Yeah,
did we vote each other on the wrestling minute? I don't
Lana, I
remember
don't think
who
I have ever written your name down.
Brooke, I don't know if I've written your name down either, but I have been in games with you, and I don't know if I've written your name.
I don't
but
think I
know,
ever have.
I know
don't think
I
I
voted
could do
Lewis
it.
out several times.
Oh, Sam.
Yeah.
No one has any shame in that.
No. Nope. None
I feel
whatsoever.
bad if I voted out Lana. I don't.
Right.
Well, Lewis
right.
has done that several times, so it's okay.
Walter versus Jonathan. This is Jonathan, right? I can't remember.
No,
Jonathan
John
part
is Jimmy.
Yeah.
No, who's the
Yeah,
other
this is
one?
Joshua.
This is
Joshua.
Joshua.
Joshua, yes. And I've heard from Drew McIntyre told us to stop calling wrestlers by the government names because we don't know them like that. So we just call them.
Listen, I'm a big fan of
Did you
Mr.
say that on
Galloway.
TikTok today?
He did. He put that on TikTok today. He was like, the do's and don'ts of WrestleMania.
Government names. That is true. But what if
He
they
said-
tell us their government name? Like they step aside and Jay was like, "Ooh, this is Joshua today."
Right. I guess if they tell us that, then we
When
do.
my mama called me, he said Joshua. That's what he said.
Joshua. That's what he said.
I'm also convinced Gunther's real name is not actually Walter.
What is good?
I mean, there are some people who go by their real name in the ring,
Yes,
but
yes.
beside the point.
Anyway.
Okay,
Gunther
let's talk
Jay.
about this match. Gunther versus Jay. I am looking forward to this match because I am ready to see Jay win the championship because he is going to win. That is going to be my prediction. There will be no change in that. I am the one who said he was going to win Royal Rumble to get to this point. So therefore, it would be ridiculous for me to change my mind that he's not going to win this match. Jey Uso is winning this match because he is no longer afraid of Gunther. No longer afraid. So I don't know how excited I am about this match. I'm excited for Jay. I'm excited that he gets this opportunity to get the belt. I know he's going to have a great time, and then hopefully he still has the belt when Raw comes to Birmingham, which is going to be in July. So I'm kind of hoping to see that. So I just hope Jay wins. I know Jay's winning. I think we're going to get a decent match.
I wish I felt the way I did when he won the Rumble. Because as you may or may not remember, I was at the Rumble and I did get to watch, this event happen live. And when CM Punk get thrown over the top rope, I leaned over to my friend Trent and I told him, I was like, think Jey Uso's winning this match. And then he did. And then the crowd went crazy. And in the moment, I was really excited because, one, it was a big shift from what we were all expecting to happen. And, like, it was this really cool moment. I don't feel that way anymore. And I think that's because a lot of this build has been incredibly lackluster. The best part of this build was the segment where Jimmy Uso got murdered by Gunther. And that has nothing to do with either of them. They have both done what they've been told to do and done what they've told to do well. Except for that one time Jay pulled the flop dollar spot. But other than that, I
think all
don't
of them on purpose.
I don't know.
I have a conspiracy. I think Jay has been doing those botches and flops on purpose so it can look like Gunther has his number and he's in his head. That was part of, I think, people are like, no, that can't be it. I think that he's been botching on purpose. And because that trip and fall, come on, that was so fake.
Well,
like I saw that happening.
The trip and
that
fall
one.
was on purpose, but I don't know if the flop dollar was on purpose.
Correct.
I don't know.
See, at this point, though, I really have to weigh what this company is going to do here. I think I'm of two minds. My number one is that, well, Gunther's been champ for a minute. There's a world where he could lose the belt. My number two is, well, do they actually want to put Jey Uso as the world champion? That is where my mind is at. And I have not been able to fully make up my mind yet. In this moment, I'm going to pick Jay. But if Gunther wins, I will not be shocked.
Okay.
So what I need to see out of Jey Uso. So this match is probably the match that suffers the most from WrestleMania being 3 weeks later than it normally would be, right? Because you are extending we've been in a weird layaway moment, I will call it, where WrestleMania should have been 3 weeks ago and it is not until now. So like there's like I feel like there's just an added like we just want to get there, and because Jay has won the Royal Rumble like 3 months ago at this point, it feels like we are just never getting there. But what I need to see from Jay after Gunther got bloodied up and beat Jimmy to a pulp, which if that was my twin, that was my kin, that was my family of any kind, it's on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've seen Jay say he's no longer afraid of Gunther. So what I need to see happen,
Crash out.
you can do all of the Yeet Mania you want after you win this match, but you need to come to that ring angry. And you need to go after Gunther like he owes you money, right? Because that's like, I need to see a different side of Jey Uso. That is how this match is going to be different. I don't want to see just a bunch of super kicky flippy stuff, right? Like we've already seen that. I don't need to see that again. We saw that at Saturday Night's Main Event. It was fun, but I need to see a violent Jey Uso.
Well,
That is what's going to be the difference maker. And I think that is what's going to lead to Jay being taken seriously. And then you have your moment, then we're eating all over the place. Vegas is going crazy, especially if this is the opening match. The only thing that scares me is that this got bumped from the main event and he's no longer main event Jey Uso. He's now opening match Jey Uso. And because this isn't the main event, now I feel like it is not so much a lock that Jay wins this. Because otherwise you don't need to close the show happy. But I am still going to vote for Jey Uso as the winner of this match. It doesn't hurt Gunther to lose this match. It hurts Jay a lot to lose this match. Jay's career is over if he does not win.
That's a point. That is definitely, that is for definite. I think Jay definitely stands more to lose here than Gunther does. It's a shame because half a year ago I would have really cared for this. But I feel like this entire thing has just felt like storyline wise, it's felt like beating a dead horse. We've seen this before, and although the outcome may be different this time, I don't really think I care as much, unfortunately. I'm not sure really. I don't know where else they would have put Jay after the Royal Rumble. I don't think there was any logical reason to put him up against Cody apart from they were tag team once and now they're but like I don't know. It's a shame really. I absolutely think Jay deserves his moment. Absolutely. But I think especially now that we know the main event is not going to be them. Again, I think the outcome is wide open. Hey, we've had it before where an opening match in WrestleMania was like I don't know, like I liken it to when Seth went first against Brock.
Yep.
I'm saying. I'm thinking.
I think
Opening matches. I don't think the opening match is a death warrant
No, I don't think it's a death warrant.
I don't think it's a bad place.
I don't think it's a death warrant at all, but I think it's made it even more wide open in terms of what the outcome's going to be. It's a shame. Like I said, I wish I had more interest in this than I do, unfortunately.
So what's your prediction?
Oh. I'm gonna say I'm saying the belt's staying on Gunther.
So, Derric,
Okay.
what you think?
Well, cause and going back to his point about Jey Uso going for Cody Rhodes and mentioning the fact that him and Cody was a tag team, they won tag team gold, and not to mention Cody Rhodes helped Jey Uso get to Raw as a singles competitor, and because of Jey Uso, a part of Jey Uso helping Cody Rhodes finishing the story, I wouldn't think
that would make sense.
No, it wouldn't make sense at all. And with Gunther, we saw him last year at WrestleMania losing the Intercontinental title to Sami Zayn and him getting bumped up to the main event card. That's how he won the World Heavyweight Championship from Damian Priest at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
So with him getting that bump and like Topher said, we already seen Jey Uso and Gunther in title matches, and every time they fought, Jey Uso came close, and something happened, leading to Gunther retaining the title. And now with Jey Uso and Gunther being potentially the first match of the night, I'm still rolling for Jey, but it's sad that all of this build up from him being a tag team partner for most of his career to being a singles competitor, winning singles gold, and now he actually has proven himself to be better without his brother winning the Rumble, and now having a chance to go for the championship. They should have kept him. Right. And that's sad because everybody was talking about Jey Uso at that point should have had championship gold if it wasn't for his brother. So now here we are.
I mean, I think the story itself has a lot of holes and flaws and things like that. And it's been like such a long build up for this moment, and then it was like, okay, cool. Now he wins the Rumble. finally, I don't think the matches with him and Gunther should have happened beforehand. Like,
Right.
I think that's what's messing this up. And I think if it wasn't Gunther who had the belt and it was somebody else, great. And Gunther had the belt before. He lost to Gunther all them times. Gunther loses the belt before Mania, and then it's Jey Uso against whoever else wins the belt. I think that would have been a little bit. The fact that we had Jay and Gunther so many times and Jay losing so many times, and I think they were like, "Oh, well, this would be the build-up that we need to have." But it's like, and it got stale, and the fact that, like you said, Topher, WrestleMania is 3 weeks later than what we're used to having it. So
Mhm.
we're in our minds, we're like, WrestleMania should have been 3 weeks ago. It should have
And
been there,
and
and we're
another
just,
thing, I'm about
well,
to say another thing. Oh, but you go ahead, continue. Go ahead. My bad.
it's just like it just feels like it's been dragging too long, and the whole. And I'm with you again, Topher. I think Jay should have came out all about business. No yeets, no nothing. Especially after what Gunther did to Jimmy. I ain't got time. Every time I see you, Gunther, it's on site.
Yep.
Like every time I see you, it's on site. And I think that would have made the story feel a little bit more personal. And everybody be like, okay, now you done really pissed him off. Now he really crashing out. And it's crash out Jimmy right now. He losing. We want to see him when he was taking chairs to, like, when he took that chair to Kevin Owens and was relentless and was beating him down to the inch of his life. Like, that's the Jimmy we want to see. We want to see him crashing out and losing his mind. And I think them not allowing him to do that these last couple weeks kind of
Mhm.
was just like,
And you know what this storyline is like? This is like the storyline with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. You know how Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, we saw that match a couple of times, even for championship gold. And we all thought at SummerSlam when Jey Uso was about to become champion, he
mm-hmm.
doesn't because of his twin brother.
Mhm.
And now we getting like, well, we had to push back then for Jey Uso to actually, hopefully, potentially become champion to knock Roman off of his throne. But now here we are. This was if we were going to push him to win championship gold, this
This should have been big.
SummerSlam, this should have been done like SummerSlam with Roman. That
Yeah.
should have been.
But let's focus on this though, match. I think
Yep.
this match we have to. I think everybody's at the same predicament. They're like, this match is going to happen. It's fine. We wish the build up was better, and we wish that it would have been something to get us excited. I think the longer it went on from Royal Rumble to now, the longer the storyline went out, the less interesting it got. And that's upsetting because I really am excited for Jay.
Yep.
I really want him to have
Yes.
this moment. I really want him to be able to get the belt, win it, have this moment, but I wish the story behind it was a whole lot better.
But now it's
Right.
unpredictable.
Yeah?
Now we don't know.
We don't know.
Surefire Jay win has turned into this is 50-50. So
Yeah.
maybe Triple H, let him
Ma-
cook. Let
Let
him
him cook. Let him cook because I really think I think we might see Jimmy again. And remember the last time we saw Jimmy and Jay in the championship match, Jimmy cost Jay. Maybe this time Jimmy will help Jay
I
because
hope.
this was all about. So I don't think we're gonna get the same results as Roman.
There's also the Ludwig factor.
The Ludwig factor of it all, and that's why I think Jimmy comes out with the. I don't know.
Yeah.
We shall
Who
see.
knows?
But
Hmm.
we'll move on. We'll move on to
Yeah.
the next match.
Okay.
This match I'm excited
Okay.
about. Let's
This
talk
is
about
it.
what I'm excited about.
Here's
Yeah.
a build for you.
Okay.
This is what I'm excited about
Yes.
because it is Jade
Yes.
Cargill versus Naomi. Yo, I have been we talking about a story I've been invested in. This is the story I've been invested in. Every Friday night, I am waiting to see what is going on between Jade and Naomi. Not only that, they are keeping this story alive on Twitter, X, whatever, and they're going back and forth on random days. We get a back and forth beef between Naomi and Jade. They have kept this very, very interesting. And honestly, I have no idea who I want to win because both of these are my girls. Like, this was the big three at one point, and now they're going against each other, and my heart can't take it. I'm like, not my girls, not my girlies. But I love this. I love this so much. I love that we are getting women's matches on the show that are not title matches. They are just regular beef grudge matches. Like, I don't like you, you don't like me, let's fight. I am excited. I'm so excited for this match. I I'm torn because I really want Naomi to win this match. I think Naomi needs to win this match to personify her heel status. I need Naomi to win in the dirtiest way possible. I don't want this to be a clean finish. I don't want this to be I want shenanigans. I want foolishness. I want it to be the dirtiest win that we can get from Naomi because I need her to solidify herself as a heel, and I want her to play that to a T. I want Naomi to win, but I don't know if Naomi's going to win. And but I'm going to put my faith. I'm going to say Naomi. That's going to be my prediction. I'm gonna write it down. But I'm whoever wins this match, there's no wrong outcome for me in this match because I love them both.
I'm very excited for this. First of all, I was gonna say I'm gonna give WWE their props, but then I remembered that the mid card titles are not on the card, so let me not.
No.
However, it is slightly refreshing to have a women's match that are not for the belts on the card. So yeah, it's refreshing to see this match on the card. Yes, I'm very invested in this. I chose the right time to go abroad, by the way. I chose the right
You
time.
did. You really did. You really did. Oh my God, you did.
Oh, listen. If I wouldn't be surprised if we're still talking Chamber by the end of the year, because that was a very, very, very not in a long while. I'd say even in the year before, I think Chamber did a lot. But yeah, this is incredible. I love everything that's going on with this storyline. I'm loving the Naomi heel turn. I think she has potential to show out here. I think Jade has potential to show out. Both of them are going to show out. There's no question on that. The question remains though, who are WWE wanting to promote into the title picture sooner than the other? And that's what I'm going to base my prediction on, who I think they're going to push to the moon. And on that basis, I'm going to go Jade.
Mm-hmm.
So I am like, okay, the women's mid-card titles not being on the show is not great. However, the fact that they have a blood feud between two women, because WrestleMania is good for two things. One, it's great for epic championship matches. And that's typically the only women's matches we get is epic championship matches in a day and age when the women should have storylines that are not that. And for this to be a huge WrestleMania blow-off that is worthy of WrestleMania between these two women, like this is feud of the season, in my opinion. Of all of the men, women, doesn't matter. This is the feud of the season. Loving the innovation of Naomi being a heel. We've been saying Naomi should be a heel for a minute now. And I think we're seeing true character come out. And I do want to see Naomi win this match. I feel like the best heels are the heels that are justified in their reasoning. I believe that Naomi is correct. And so I really want to see Naomi win this match. I do think Jade is going to end up winning. Jade is going to be my prediction pick. However, I will be rooting for Naomi.
Okay. Derric, what you thinking?
This storyline is great. This storyline is probably one of the best storylines on this card. And reason saying because
To move over so we can't hardly see.
Oh, sorry. Better.
Yes.
Better.
This is probably one of the best storylines on the card because with this, because we all thought that it was Liv Morgan and Raquel who attacked Jade, and we
I
thought,
never thought that.
I never
well,
thought that, but
I
that's what
never thought that.
WWE
But that's
would.
what
That's
WWE wanted us to think, but I never thought
Yeah.
that.
yeah, but then we thinking Jade gonna come after Liv at the Chamber in her return, but comes after Naomi. Somehow,
What you think about this feud, though, baby? You going around in circles. I need you to come back and land the plane to this feud. What are we thinking?
this back and forth is outstanding.
Yeah.
It's really gonna blow up in Las Vegas on Saturday. But who's gonna win this match though?
Yeah.
I'll probably go with Jade. This will probably be more of a must win in Jade's case since she's been out of action and this is her first time being actually competing since her injury. So this will be a must win for Jade Cargill. But this is probably gonna be, if not the best match, one of the best matches on Saturday.
Brook, what we got?
Well, I really liked this feud from Elimination Chamber. I think that was one of the best moments of that entire incredible pay-per-view. Oh my lord, Elimination Chamber is an all-time pay-per-view. We'll be saying that multiple times during this episode, but a friendly reminder, it's usually the Rumble. No, Lemmy Shambles carried this year.
It was tight.
1. 2, I did not like this feud after that segment. Personally, I think, and this is just me, Jade's actions after that segment and the segment where Naomi admitted she attacked Jade on SmackDown have not made sense whatsoever to me. Jade has always, in WWE, she has been portrayed to this point as like a rather logical, I'm gonna kick your ass and that's pretty much it. Like that's been what she's been portrayed as, right? Since she's came back, she's been going after Naomi. Sure, that makes sense. But then we get this weird interaction with Liv Morgan, who, in my opinion, is incredibly justified for being pissed at Jade Cargill. And it's not just Liv, it was Liv and Raquel. I think they are both incredibly justified in their statement of, girl, you couldn't have like shot Bianca a text and told her that it wasn't Liv and Raquel or something like that. Like, and Jade, in my opinion, could have said something other than, I wasn't here. But like, we have a phone. We live in the modern world. Like, I'm sorry, that excuse didn't hold up for me. And then in these segments, Naomi, when she turned, she said, Jade never cared about you, Bianca. She was riding your coattails, all this other stuff, right? And that is, to me, was going to be, okay, Naomi was jealous of Jade, and that's where we're headed. But then the second Jade and Naomi are like pulled away from Bianca, Jade basically says F you two to Bianca. And that's what all of that happened on Twitter. So like, I don't get what we're doing with Jade's character at this point. I understand she is like tunnel visioned on wanting to get revenge on Naomi. That part makes sense. But in the realm of, why is she talking like this to Bianca? What is her beef with Liv?
I mean,
her and Liv had never had any interactions up until that point that I can recall.
Maybe it's I mean, on the Bianca front, I probably attribute it to paranoia. Like how much do you know? How much?
Because that's not what was said on screen. What we saw on screen was that, oh, well, you teamed up with Naomi after she attacked me and she took my place, and now I don't trust you, right? That doesn't make sense to me because the only person that knew that Naomi attacked Jade, besides Naomi, was Jade, right? So I just Jade also, Naomi has been doing her damnedest in these promos. Oh my
big
lord,
her big one.
also, like, just Naomi in general, as usual, doing her thing. This is my girl. This is my Money in the Bank winner for the year, by the way. I want her to win Money in the Bank.
Oh,
bad.
100%.
Period. Period.
However, because I think Naomi should win Money in the Bank, I will be picking Jade for this match.
Well, I will
I'm just
be
gonna say-
Naomi all by myself.
If Naomi wins this match, I am popping so incredibly hard. This is a prediction, not a want. I want Naomi to win this match, but I think Jade is going to.
And I'm just going to say it again. I may say it a lot tonight. This is another evidence. You just got to let Triple H cook. Let Triple H cook.
On the front, I feel like you said you couldn't understand, Brooke, about the whole Jade. And I get that. I understand why it doesn't make full sense about why Jade is mad at Bianca. But I think maybe the story is kind of like Jade is like, you should have known. Like, you didn't even, maybe Bianca didn't call her to check on her or ask her how she's doing or ask her, who is it? Do you know? Maybe it's a thing of that. Now, they haven't said anything, but maybe it's that sort of thing. I don't know. I don't understand why Jade doesn't like Bianca either. Because I'm like, if Bianca didn't know it was Naomi and they were all friends, then of course you go pick Naomi to hold it down with her while you are out and blah, blah, blah. And now that Naomi's back and now that you're back and now she knows she's no longer friends with Naomi. So why are you mad at me? Because I don't like her either because I didn't know she lied to me this whole time. So
my entire thing with this is that I kind of feel like this is vindicated heel Naomi at this point.
It does.
Is how I feel.
It does.
And
She
like
did it for Bianca.
because
She did it for the people.
And that wasn't the setup I was expecting, or quite frankly, that I think they're intending, honestly.
No.
But based on the actions that Jade has been showing, I kind of feel like Naomi was right.
No, yeah, no.
Like, you want to hear the crazy thing? I don't think WWE thought that this was going to be the outcome where everybody will root for Naomi and not be that keen on Jade. And that's what's happening in the universe. The WWE universe is picking sides, and they're picking Naomi. They're not picking Jade, and I think they wanted to push Jade off of this match. So Jade, like you said, push her into the stratosphere, into the championship realm of conversation. And that is not what's happening. Most people are like, we want Naomi to win this match. We want Naomi to win this match. And if they went off of what people are saying online, if let's say WWE actually listened to the fans and actually listened to what we said, they would make Naomi win this match because that's what the people want to see. But I don't know if they're going to do it, but I don't think this is how they intended it to go. No. I think they intended it for Jade to be the one everybody gets behind.
They're going to tear the house down. They're going to do.
Oh, they're going to do great. I think.
That's going to be the match.
As much time as they want, and they are going to eat it up.
Yep.
And also, I don't know if this was mentioned because I was away, but this is the first time we have ever had a singles match.
We've said that.
Two women on pay-per-view on Mania without a title. Like, that's so great.
We said that.
So at the point, I think this should have been the street fight. Honestly, like I feel like this is more of a blood feud than Drew Damien, to be honest.
And we'll get to that match later.
Right, but I'm just saying.
I agree.
I got a lot to say about that. I got a lot to say about Drew Damien.
But
we got a lot to say about a lot of this. So.
Yeah, we got. So let's move on since we all got a lot to say. To our next match, which is the tag team championship between the War Raiders versus the New Day. And I have to say, I'm mad at this match. I actually like this match. And I hope the New Day win because I am a fan of heel New Day. I'm just saying I am. That's it. I want New Day to win. I like the War Raiders. I think they've been great tag team champions. They've done what they need to do. But I think it's time to get those belts back to the New Day and get this whole new side of the New Day. And then they become unbearable because now they're the champions too. I'm living for it.
I have two very major problems with this feud. Or with this match, I should say. Problem number one, if we're only going to have one set of tag titles be defended at Mania, why is it these belts and not the WWE tag title belt? Because the entirety of the SmackDown tag scene has been incredible all year. Since probably since like A-Town Down Under dropped the belts in like June or July of last year. That scene has been fantastic. That should be like a multi-man ladder match opener for night 2. I would love to have seen that.
Still could be. We still have
Fingers
SmackDown to go.
crossed. We don't know what's happening on Friday, but fingers crossed. Here though, I have 2 problems. One, this has gone like we're squeezing this in at the last minute, so that way we can get the New Day on the card, and of course the War Raiders as well. But like specifically, we're getting Kofi and Xavier on the card. Cool, happy, love to see it. Those are my guys. But my problem is this is literally cut and paste from the feud that the War Raiders had with American Made like a month ago, right? New Day get a tag title match, right? They cheat in tag title match and pull the DQ with a steel chair. They then get a rematch 2 weeks later. The only difference is American Made's match was on Raw, and this match is going to be at WrestleMania. I'm not trying to say anything bad about American Made or the War Raiders or New Day, but like, God, Raw needs to learn how to book a tag division. Oh my God. I want the New Day to win. I'm picking the New Day. I love the Raiders. They're my dudes. Specifically, I'm a huge Derric fan, but yeah, I need thank God for the New Day. That's all I have to say about that.
Love both these teams. I am also I'm glad War Raiders at least have been booked better than before they were War Raiders again. Fuck that Viking Raiders shit. I'm personally more of a fan of, and maybe it's just because I've seen more of him since Derric got injured, but I think at his solo run, especially in the NXT, when he went down to NXT to do that NXT shit, his match, the triple threat with him, no, he wasn't it. Was he in the triple threat? Was it him, Dijak, and I think it was him, Dijak, and Josh Briggs, but I might have been confusing him with Obafemi's involved in some sort of picture there somewhere, and it's all blurring. Anyway, yeah, Ivar was incredible as a solo, but they're both incredible as a tag team as well. I agree. I'm just going to keep this short and simple. I think New Day are taking the belts here, but I still think that, and I agree. I think if you're going to allot one tag team championship on the WrestleMania card, it would have made more sense having the world tag. I get them mixed up. This is the WWE, right, and not the world. And the world.
This is the world, right?
This is the world. Okay,
World is Raw. WWE is SmackDown for every belt. Like,
okay, got it. Yeah, the WWE tag belts, that division have been going off, so it would have made more sense. But I'm not disappointed that this is on the card in the slightest. I'm actually okay with this. Yeah, it makes sense for the New Day to take the belts here based on the amount of screen time they've been getting in comparison.
My issue with this match is not the match existing in the first place, but it's, I think the New Day had one of the most incredible heel turns in the recent era, right? Like dogging on Big E, getting to a breaking point. And I feel that we have not done much with it since, right? Like the heel turn is only as good as the run that comes after it. And aside from like promoting Clash of Clans, I don't know what the New Day has done that's been like uber heelish, like outside of just like, I don't know. There's just something missing. And maybe it's the Raw tag division in general. I'm hoping New Day wins this, and I'm hoping New Day takes this and like just reaches for the stars with all of the potential that they have. I don't like this being just like a thrown together match with no build. And I feel like it's the wrong tag titles to be on the card. But again, SmackDown hasn't happened yet. I do think that we do end up with a crazy multi-team melee with the tag championship match that's happening on Friday. And I think we end up with a multi-tag like ladder match on the card or some crazy stuff like that. Because we don't have an extreme match at all, except for the one. So
I will say the only thing that makes me think we're not going to get it as a ladder match is because if it were to happen, it would definitely be on night 2, because night 2 has one less match than night 1 right now. And 2, and this match is on Saturday. Damian Priest is having his match with Drew McIntyre on Sunday, and that makes me think that maybe they won't do a big ladder match with all these teams, which bums me out because DIY, MCMG, Pretty Deadly, Street Profits, Los Garza, like all of those teams. I would personally even throw Miz and Carmelo Hayes in that match because they've done some really good work too. I really was hoping we would get to see those 6 teams at Mania this year, and the fact that we're not kind of sucks.
Mania and ladder matches go hand in hand. So to not
Maybe.
go at Mania is cruel and unusual.
Especially with how much the tag ladder match went off last year. You think think they'd take a page of like if it worked last time, why not do it again? I don't know.
Well, maybe
Friday
because
hasn't
the
happened
fact
yet.
that both of the titles have their own, both brands have their own titles. It was different last year because considering the fact that you had both tag titles and everybody gunning for them. But concerning this match, I can say that this match is an okay match. The New Day and the War Raiders, it ain't gonna live up to what we expect. And potentially, I'm also thinking Big E comes back at WrestleMania, starts a feud with the New Day, but somehow
I don't
helps
think that's
them.
happening.
I don't.
But
No, I don't think Vicky coming back.
it's just a thought. But New Day wins, and I ain't gonna say shockingly fashion, but somehow, some way, New Day gonna do something dirty, and they might just steal the titles from the
I
War
will
Raiders.
say, if we're gonna get somebody coming back at Mania to help to either help the New Day or like be involved in this match in some way, I think it's gonna be Odyssey Jones. I'll be honest with you,
Since he got
'cause-
cleared of that charge and all that
I
stuff.
was about to say, in case you all didn't see, he did get cleared of all of those charges against him. And like not charges were dropped, like
He found him
completely cleared
innocent.
of everything. So I could see Odyssey Jones coming back in this match because the original plan was that they were going to ditch Big E and Odyssey Jones would take his place in the group.
True.
So
I mean, I don't know. With WWE's track record of firing someone based on allegations and then allegations being cleared, I don't see them bringing Odyssey Jones back because the previous didn't get brought back.
they did bring Emma back.
I'm thinking Enzo.
Oh,
Listen,
he didn't
Enzo's
come back
a
for a
problem
variety
child
of other
backstage.
reasons.
I they didn't like him
yeah.
backstage either, too.
Odyssey Jones is cool. Like, I trust. There's a reason this match is at Mania, and it's not just to get these guys on the card. Let Triple H cook. Come on, guys.
Let him cook. Let him cook. All right. Let's
Enzo's
see what
chilling.
I would love to see Enzo back, but I think it's a whole other
Realest
reason.
guy in the room.
In the
Bada boom.
room, bada boom. On that
Y'all
one.
can have
It was lovely to me.
I enjoyed it, but let's move on.
I
Rey
can't help.
Mysterio, El Grande. I mean,
I'm just
something about this
irritated.
dude. I'm irritated by this whole situation. But go
I'm
ahead.
irritated that this man's getting the WrestleMania spot and Chad Gable isn't.
Right.
Like,
Like,
Chad, if anything, we've seen how much Chad can show out on a huge stage. El Grande Americano has been here for 2 weeks. I haven't really cared for him as much as other debutants like Penta. Penta, absolutely, I'm glad he's on the WrestleMania stage. El Grande Americano, I don't know.
The mere fact that he's from the Gulf of America. I mean, come on.
I mean,
Come on.
right.
But you know what?
Let's go heel
here's the
heat.
thing. I saw a conspiracy. Neck tattoo. Chad Gable has a neck tattoo. Grande Americano does not.
You know what's
Chad
crazy?
Gable.
You know what's really crazy? I wish I could be asked to keep up with this ruse and like make this to be fun for me. This is not fun for me. Rey Mysterio getting this match at Mania.
Oh.
Grande Americano
Whoa.
being a gimmick that exists whatsoever.
Oh.
Like Ray being on the Mania card, I get, right? I fully cool, get it, here for it, awesome, great. But why is Ray continuing to be the only person from the LWO that is getting this shine in these Mania matches? Because since the LWO has formed, how many members of the LWO have had a title match at WrestleMania or have been involved in a match at WrestleMania? The answer, one. You know who that one person is? Rey Mysterio. We are now going on 3 WrestleManias worth of LWOs. 3. We had Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. We had Dominic and Santos Escobar, who was no longer in the LWO at the time, versus Ray and Andrade, who was never a member of the LWO. And now we're getting a Grande Americano, Chad Gable, versus Rey Mysterio, which is going to be a great match. But Joaquin and Cruz and Dragon Lee and up until very recently Zelina Vega, all of them deserve better than that. I'm sorry. I'm not the type of person who's going to bemoan everyone being left off the card. But when this is what we are continuing to doing with this talent, I'm not here for it. Chad Gable should win. I want Chad Gable to win.
Chad Gable's not even in the card.
Yeah, he's not even in the match.
I am not playing that game.
What game?
I heard a rumor that El Grande Americano might be Christopher Daniels.
Oh my god! Imagine
It's all in the neck tattoo.
that would be insane. I let me just predict. I predict. I'm gonna say El Grande Americano. That's gonna be annoying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll put El Grande Americano. I'll put my money in El Grande Americano. I'm still not a fan of him being in this slot when someone else in American made like Chad Gable, who's shown out constantly, is not on the card. But I'll still say he's gonna take the win.
I also am not going to give into this ruse like Brook, and I'm going to call El Grande Americano by his English name. The Big American is winning this match.
The Big American. The Big American. The fallen angel, the Big American.
Yeah, I'm probably. I don't know. With this match, I don't see this. I don't
Put
see
your
a
face
sense.
in the camera, baby. Put your face in the camera, baby.
I don't know. With
You
this
got a
type of
pillow in the
match-
way.
No, it's a blanket. I'm sorry. I don't see it. This build, the build up to this match, it sucked. I'm just gonna be honest. It absolutely sucked. What was the point of having Chad Gable in a match just to say he's a Mexican American fighter? I don't understand it. I hate that this match is even on the card. It's just stunning to me that you would put this match and potentially any other matches that would have worked better than this one, because this don't fit in the card. I want to say Rey Mysterio because he is my dog and I grew up watching him, and the fact that he hasn't lost that WrestleMania yet. I want him to keep that streak alive. So I'm probably going to say Rey Mysterio.
Has he not lost to Mania yet? He lost to Joe, no?
Yeah, he's lost at Mania a handful of times.
Yeah.
Oh, he lost to Cody Rhodes. I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
I think
and
he lost to
Samoa
CM
Joe.
Punk too.
And Samoa Joe, yeah. But
CM Punk.
he hasn't lost since his match against Dominic.
39,
So,
right? I think 39
Yeah.
was when he started winning again.
Yeah,
I don't care about this match.
me neither.
I can give two rats behind about this match. So I'm probably gonna go get my snack on this match. I'll be honest. I don't care. I don't
I'll probably
care.
go take a nap on this
No,
match.
not the
I,
very
j-
disrespect.
I don't care. I don't care.
Nah,
Um,
I'm serious about this match.
I don't care. I don't care about the. I didn't care about the build up. I didn't care about Chad Gable going away for 2 weeks, for some months to go train to be a lucha. I didn't care, and I
Nope.
hate that I don't care
Oh,
because I feel like Chad Gable and Rey Mysterio deserve so much better than this. But Chad Gable definitely deserves much, 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 much better than this.
Yes.
yeah, he's not even on the
I
card.
think I think Chad Gable's winning. I think whatever El Grande Americana or whatever his name
Dude,
is, whatever the big American is go win. Because they go
The
keep
big
this stupid
American.
feud going longer and longer because Ray is gonna be like he's not a lucha, blah 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 blah, and it's just gonna go on and it's gonna drive me nuts. And so I'm gonna say El Grande is winning, but I don't like anything about this match.
Yeah.
Ray should have made this personal and said how much of a disrespect that
Right.
this is. He should have called
Yeah.
the disrespect out. By
What?
not calling the disrespect out, it feels almost insensitive, but I'm not going to play into that card. I do think that there's something cool that's going to come out of this. I'm letting Triple H cook in this, and I think it's going to be. I think it's
I'm
going
gonna
to
have
fun.
to.
It's going to be a very fun match. We're
Alright.
going to be entertained.
It is.
Well, let's
mean,
move on. Oh,
workhorses. So yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, go ahead.
let's move on to
Yes. Okay.
LA Knight,
Yeah.
versus
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu. Yaramin. Okay,
Whoa.
I'm gonna let Lewis. I'm gonna let you start off with this one.
Oh, okay. No, I love that Jacob's getting his moment. Probably don't care too much about what's going on with this. I probably would have preferred actually having the Jacob solo match at Mania. I really don't know what's happening with Solo. If he's not the one that's going to be facing Randy, I'd be quite disappointed that Solo's not on the card. I mean, LA Knight is champion. I lost interest in a while ago, to be honest. When he picked the belt back up, I was like, "Oh, okay." Who was the champion in the interim?
Shinsuke,
Shinsuke.
Shinsuke.
who was not on the WrestleMania card.
Nope.
Could be El Grande Americano, but he's not on the WrestleMania.
Shinsuke's El Grande
Shit.
Americano, absolutely.
Jeez.
The big American Shinsuke Nakamura.
You're right.
Um,
Rude on all levels. Rude on every level.
Very
listen. Jacob's winning the
Very
belt.
much so.
There's no ifs, ands, and buts about on that. I think Jacob's absolutely winning the belt. And deserved. Absolutely. This is a fine match. Not something I'm ecstatic. Nothing I'm gonna be like going crazy for. I mean, unless we get some big spots that I wasn't expecting from LA Knight and Jacob Fatu, but hey, that's not out of the question. So yeah. Anyway, Jacob.
Okay.
I love Jacob Fatu. Ever since I think it was they had the 6-man tag at whatever pay-per-view. It was the one with Gunther and Randy Orton. Was it a Clash at the Castle? Some Bash in Berlin, whatever it was. There was a 6-man tag, and Jacob Fatu I felt like stole the show. He was the only one wrestling like he had something to prove.
Yep.
And he has since stolen the show in every single match that he's been in. The Werewolf is my new favorite superstar, my favorite new superstar, if you will. I am so excited to see what the Werewolf being United States champion means, because you know what? That will mean that he has surpassed the Sikoa, because Solo Sikoa has never won a solo championa. So I do think that Jacob Fatu should win this match. I'm kind of sad there's not really much of a build for this, but isn't like I don't really watch SmackDown that often, but I feel like every SmackDown main event that I see is some combination of like LA Knight and the Bloodline in some form of like tag match, one-on-one, whatever.
It's been a few. It's been a
So
few.
yeah, so I mean, I guess there's reason behind it, but this is where we're at.
Derric, what you got?
I'm gonna go with it's a good match, and Jacob Fatu finally getting that push that everybody was looking for in the new bloodline. It was just a matter of time. Solo being out, someone taking over. This is like WrestleMania 40 all over again. But Jacob Fatu, he has done a lot more damage in WWE than Solo Sikoa did when he came on the scene. Jacob Fatu, I'm gonna be with you. He probably is my new favorite wrestler. Y'all know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, period. So you think he winning?
Yeah, I think he's going to he might be the one to take the title off of LA Knight.
He's definitely gonna be the one. I think that's my prediction. That's my hands down is Jacob Fatu. He's winning this match, and he gonna do it in such a way. The only way he doesn't win this match is when Solo stops it.
Yeah,
And
you see, I be thick, and I thought that about my head because we seen Solo, but he hasn't really done anything.
Right.
It's just with Solo coming back, it's just a lot more questions than answers when it comes to him not being Tribal Chief anymore, and where does the new bloodline go?
Right. So I think if we don't have any shenanigans from Solo, Jacob wins. But that's my prediction. My prediction is Jacob. I think he is. I agree with both of y'all. Favorite new wrestler. Like when he came to the bloodline, I was like, that's what they needed. That's what was needed for that side of the bloodline. And I think I just love Jacob. I think he's so good, and he does things that we should not see a man his size do. But I love it. I love it. And like you said, he fights like he is trying to prove something, even against people who don't look like they're fighting like they're trying to prove something. Like I love it. I am a fan. So, Jacob Fatu, it is for the me. I don't know if Brook is gonna be back, but we're gonna keep it moving because we already been here now. So Tiffany versus Charlotte.
Or Harlot, as it says on this graphic.
Right. Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton and Harlot Flair.
Tiffany Tratto.
Okay.
Harlot Flair.
Harlot Flair.
Hilarious.
I mean, it's probably more of a blood feud backstage than it is on TV. Well, actually, it's becoming more of a blood feud on TV. But this feels, this definitely feels real. Yeah, I mean, they hate each other.
This match. Oh, sorry.
You know what I mean? I was going to say, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this match is personal. It legitimately is personal. We are going to see some stiff shots thrown at each other. It's going to be. I did not care about this match like at all. When Charlotte won the Rumble, I was like, okay, you know what I mean? And then I was like a little bit kind of maybe okay with like Charlotte picking Rhea because of the evolution that Rhea has had. And so like you kind of get like a point to where Rhea has sort of surpassed Charlotte. So it's like the women's trilogy. That would have been epic. And then they didn't give us that. And then out of nowhere, I see on Twitter, because like I said, I don't really watch SmackDown that often. And I see on Twitter, I'm like, ooh, shots are being fired. And whether it's a shoot, whether it's a work shoot, or a shoot that became a work, I don't care. I care about this match now. And I think this is going to be one of the better matches on the card. And this is the mind of Triple H. It's so amazing. Like he's really, really like just cooking.
Real quick, Jacob LA, who you got?
Jacob Fatu, I'm not an idiot.
Right,
Right. Speaking of not an idiot, I think it was an idiotic decision to have Charlotte Flair win the Rumble when she could have won the Elimination Chamber and we could have had Bianca win the Rumble. That's just me. If we had to have a 2-time Royal Rumble winner, it could have been Bianca and it should have been Bianca. That's just the way I look at it. Besides the point, yeah, still don't care about this feud, but that was a very good segment. Mainly because Tiffany Stratton says, screw the script, I'm going to say what I want to say, because Charlotte has been awful to me on screen and apparently behind the scenes all this entire feud. So thank you, Tiffany, for saying one of the hardest lines I have heard on programming in years. Oh my Lord. And I direct quote, what are you with marriages? What are you, 0-3? Dear God, she ate. I hope she wins because I do not need Charlotte Flair title reign number 15. Dear God. I'm picking Tiffany. This is the one I'm going to be wanting. And this is I'm going to will this into existence pick of the video because if I have to deal with another Charlotte Flair title reign in the year of our Lord 2025, I'm good. I'm good. 14's great, Charlotte. I think you hit a nice round number, 14. 1 and 4 makes 15, makes 5, and that's 5 more title reigns than you should have had. And yeah, I don't know where I'm going. I just don't want Charlotte to win. So Tiffany.
Oh,
Tiffany.
Topher, you never said who you are predicting.
Ah, man, I am only so I do think that I would like to see Tiffany win. I think Tiffany winning would be great. But I am going to lean on the prediction side of saying that I'm predicting Charlotte to win, only because it would be befitting that Charlotte is a world champion at the same time that my daughter Charlotte is born into this world.
I mean,
we can't argue with that.
no, we can't.
Lewis, what you got?
No relation, by the way.
I'm going by who I think.
Her name's
I mean, I think they both got heat backstage, but who I think, I mean, I just think Rick's in H's ear, and on that basis, I think Charlotte's winning. I think Tiffany probably got heat. I think Charlotte got heat, but I think between them both, Trips is probably screwing over Tiffany. To be honest.
Okay. Derric, what you got? Who you got?
Honestly, I really want Tiffany to win this, man. Because like Brook said, if we see another Charlotte title run, I may just be done with women's wrestling for good. Because the fact that
Wow.
on SmackDown at least.
Because I'm sick now because with Charlotte Flair, she already has more titles than any other woman, past or present, and it's
not
wild.
even close. Like, am I wrong in saying Trish has the second most?
Yeah, she has 7.
And she has 7.
That's half of what Charlotte has. And the fact that they trying to push Charlotte for another title run by letting her come back from injury and winning the Rumble.
You come back from injury?
I'm about to say, people who come back and win the Rumble, that's already a red flag with me. I don't like that. Not one bit.
So is your prediction Tiffany?
Yes, most definitely.
All right.
Tiffy time.
Derric, I respect you immensely. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Let me be very clear. I want Tiffany to win. I want to make that very, very fucking clear.
You know what we're truly robbed of here?
What's that?
Why is Trish Stratus not in this match? Why is this not a triple threat match involving Trish Stratus?
A triple threat match?
A triple threat. The blondes of the past versus the blonde of the present. Who is
and the future?
And the face, multiple thereof of it's
Why is the blonde of the future not in this match? Maxine Dupree. That's the blonde of the future.
That's true.
I'm being real. I'm not
Oh,
kidding.
Ruka.
She's let Maxine
Let her
Dupree's
cook.
making her way up.
She
Let her
is
cook.
doing
cook.
so much better, though. I'm so proud.
Let
Yeah.
her cook.
She's cooking.
Let her cook.
I truly think it's based on I think the outcome of this is going to be based on the backstage politics, unfortunately.
And that is as much as I hate
Lana, you don't have to do it.
I
He has to.
have to, only because I have other picks in this thing that is really truly hard picks, and I can't just have all my predictions be hard picks, and I know better. And I
Lana,
feel
you
like
cannot tell me that there is at least one person on this video that you love enough to pick them, even though you think they're losing, more than you hate Charlotte Flair enough to not pick her.
God. Brook, stop doing this to me. Don't make me think like this, because I really, truly, truly, indeed hate. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to go with backstage politics on this. I think Charlotte is going to win this match. As much as I hate it, I think she is. Hey, my JJ guy, but yes, I think I think Charlotte is winning this. I think she is, but I don't want to do it, so I'm gonna pick Tiffany.
Yeah. I mean, Charlotte's never held this belt before. So,
I'm proud of you, Lana.
you know, she's been SmackDown Women's Champion, Raw Women's Champion, but she's never been WWE Women's Champion.
Oh, get out of here with that.
I mean, she was
Well,
she was
never
before it was named
Before the
Raw
belt
Women's.
split. That was literally
That
the
was
name
her
of the
belt.
belt. She was the first one.
Oh yeah, she was the first women's
Yeah,
champion.
so
It really,
get out.
you know, I have a gripe. It should not be the WWE Women's Championship. It should be the Women's WWE
WWE
Championship, because the other one is the Women's World Championship.
Championship.
So this should be, you know,
Yeah.
because it is the WWE Champion. Tiffany Stratton is
Bless
the
you.
Cody Rhodes of women. In
Okay.
this,
Okay.
Let's
Right.
get to the
Let's move.
let's get to the main event, because
Oh God.
this is the most craziest and I mean, Paul Heyman is up for custody in this match, I think.
yes, the custody
He's
of
up
Paul.
It is
Custody
a
of
Heyman on a
Paul
pole
Heyman.
match.
Yes,
So
should have been the ladder match.
it should have been
Hey-
Paul Heyman in the cage, and whoever wins gets Paul Heyman.
Imagine if Heyman has to become Seth's fella.
Can I give a little prediction real quick?
Right.
And this is gonna be my crazy Brook theory of the video, right? Don't know how much of y'all were paying attention during that promo that ended Raw last night at time of recording. But Seth very cleanly dropped the phrase "best for business"
Best
in
for
that
business.
promo.
Yes, he did.
Absolutely,
I'm
did.
terrified that he is
Oh, I
about
know.
to join
Definitely.
the Rock Cena contingent.
Seth is the third man.
The third man,
He could
Who's dead
be, and
too.
it wouldn't shock me.
baby.
And like, we do know that Seth is kind of like someone they're earmarking for more Hollywood stuff, because he was supposed to be in the new Captain America movie, and then they cut his part, which I think is really dumb, and kind of funny, but not really. I kind of feel bad for him more than anything, even though I'm not a fan. Want CM Punk, 100%. Want CM Punk. I'm good with Roman taking 2 straight losses in the main event of a Mania. I'm fine with that. I have no problems. I think Punk is going to win too, unless they pull the trigger on the Seth stuff a night early, but I don't think they will. I think Punk is going to pin Roman, actually, which is weird, because I wouldn't have called that going in. But we're getting the rebirth of CM Punk, the Paul Heyman guy. I think we're about to be getting a Punk-Cena feud going on for the foreseeable future. I think it starts with Punk winning this match. So,
Oh God.
Roman versus Punk would have been a great one-on-one match. They would have had awesome stakes, very similar to when we did Brock versus Punk at that SummerSlam, with like Paul Heyman being stuck in the middle. That would have been great. Punk versus Rollins with some elevated stakes, maybe in a Hell in a Cell match or something of that nature, would have been great, especially because it would be the rubber match between the two. The match that should be WrestleMania worthy, especially after I just watched like a 40-minute WWE Rivals documentary between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. One, I didn't realize that Roman Reigns has never beaten Seth Rollins in a one-on-one match. That's interesting. And that would have been epic, huge. Instead, they're all three against each other with nothing on the line.
No, but Topher, the heart and soul of WWE is on the line, remember?
I don't know what that means.
Same!
So I guess with the heart and soul of WWE on the line, I would have to think Seth Rollins is going to win this thing because Punk is, how many years does Punk have left? Roman's a part-timer. Seth is the guy. I mean, he said it in the promo, but he also went out on top, and historically speaking, when you're the person with your hand raised the show before the episode, you don't usually walk away the winner. I don't know. This is very hard to predict. I don't really know who I'm rooting for. I don't know why I'm rooting for. And I just think this is a really interesting transitional match into something bigger. Maybe it should have happened at the Elimination Chamber. I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I think we're going to get a lot of Paul Heyman. You could probably make a GIF reel out of all of Paul Heyman's reactions that will take place during this match. My prediction is that Paul Heyman gets more screen time and ring time than any of the other three men in this match individually.
Oh. I feel like Punk's probably sick of hearing fans telling him how much time he's got left. I think he's good. I think he can probably go a long while yet. Personally, I really don't mind this as a triple threat. I think they've kept it interesting enough where I'm not disengaging from it. I absolutely would have going into Mania, I would have probably preferred Punk Reigns. But absolutely it makes sense having them all three together based on happenings and whatnot.
All right, we might be ready.
I agree, but I'm gonna probably base my prediction on the billing of OMG at CM Punk's first main event in WrestleMania, whatever. And on that basis, I'm gonna go with. I mean, it's and also it is a degree of bias because I'm a Punk for lifer. So I'm gonna go with. Can I call him his real name if his real name is constantly being brought into okay, I'm going with Phil Brooks.
Hey, Phil.
Phil. Yay, Phil.
Derric, what you
Well,
got?
then I'm going for Colby.
Hold on, you can't use his real name because his real name is no. I'm kidding.
I don't know him like that. I don't know Seth like that, so I can't call him that. He's Seth freaking Rollins to me. Mrs.
Yeah.
Mr. Becky Lynch.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, and this match for it just to be a regular triple threat match, the hype itself into this match, absolutely stunning. I'm gonna give that a 9 out of 10. They probably could have done it more better if they could have put something on the line with it. But what I might say, it might be based off the fact that Paul Heyman was with CM Punk, and then he went back with Brock Lesnar, then he became a wise man. But he has never been with Seth freaking Rollins.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm leaning towards it being a Seth Rollins leaving WrestleMania with Paul Heyman. And the fact that we all thought at the end the feud between Seth Rollins and CM Punk would have ended after the steel cage match they had. But considering the fact that it's far from over, they have a lot to put on this table. Seth Rollins is going to be, I ain't saying he's a no-brainer, but he is going to be my pick at the end. CM Punk and Roman is going to beat the holy crap out of each other. They're going to do enough damage. Seth Rollins is going to be there to pick up the pieces.
That was my whole situation, D. I think you nailed it for me. I picked Seth Rollins to be the winner of this match because I feel like CM Punk and Roman Reigns going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Seth is, when he dropped that "what's best for business" line in the promo, Brook, that you mentioned, that I did see and that I did catch on, I was like,
Yes.
this right here, nobody says that unless it's something about to go down. Ain't nobody saying what's best for business for no reason at all. And so for me, I was like, I think Seth Rollins is going to get this. He's going to win this. I think Paul Heyman turns on both Roman Reigns and CM Punk in this moment, and he goes to Seth Rollins because that's what's best for business.
Yep.
And maybe he's a part of this whole Rock John Cena situation thing that's going on or whatever. I think, and like we said, it's not the first time we see Seth Rollins do what's best for business. And I never thought it was going to be the last time we saw Seth Rollins do what's best for business, especially because he has not been winning the titles. I think this is Seth. He's going to try to figure out a whole new way to get back on top. And if that's going to for the business of it all, Seth Rollins will take it. I believe that. I believe that.
Believe that was a very good reference, Lana.
Believe that.
You ate that, Lana. You ate that.
I'm gonna make a
Thank you.
quick.
Even if I
Uh-huh.
firmly do not want your pick to win, great reference. You ate.
I'm gonna make a quick off the wall prediction. Okay. Jey Uso beats Gunther, but then Gunther seeks his revenge and beats Jey Uso to a bloody pulp, and Jey Uso ends up injured and has to vacate the World Heavyweight Championship, which is then decided in the main event triple threat for the
Be
soul
quiet.
of
That's
the
gonna be
No,
Everything you're
that.
saying right now hurts my body and my brain.
No.
Like,
Don't
okay, I'm sorry.
you.
Was the heart and soul of WWE not enough for you? Whatever the hell that means.
Hey, the heart and soul
I'm
of the
sick
WWE
of
is on the
I'm
line.
sick of hearing about souls in
Oh,
the context of
Triple
WWE.
H's right hand.
I can't. No, that
Sell your soul.
prediction.
Anyway.
If that
Let
comes
it
true,
happen.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it tonight too. I don't know.
I want your soul.
This match is evident of Triple H being contractually obligated to put CM Punk in the main event of WrestleMania. That's my theory.
Right.
For Punk to come back, that was his only condition, is that you put me in the main event of WrestleMania. So we've shoehorned him into the Seth Rollins Roman Reigns match.
Right. Okay, so here's my question for us. Can we make this quick and streamlined to the point since we've already been here for an hour and a half?
Lana said, wrap it up.
Yes.
Let's go through these matches. We got 6 or 7 matches to go through. So let's keep it streamlined and keep it moving. Brooke, start us off.
Hold on 1 second. Wait. 1 second. Pause. Yay! I will keep it quick and to the point, but it will be a brief rant. So normally, whenever I have a rant involving Liv Morgan, it's actually about Liv Morgan. In fact, this is not about Liv Morgan for once. So, there you go. As those of you who are maybe new to the channel may not know, I'm a Liv Morgan fan. But this is actually about the ho-hum bullshit we are continuing to do with the women's tag titles. Okay? I have never seen a title be so consistently disrespected time and time again, and then we get this little glimmer of hope, and then they disrespect it again. We have had a few champions that have carried this belt and made it meaningful. I would say Liv and Raquel are one of those champions that have been able to do that in the past. But We get a match for it at the Mania card. Great. Glad to see it. We have a tag team gauntlet match, tag team turmoil. I refuse to call it anything else, honestly. Where the winners get to challenge Liv and Raquel. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do the one thing the fans have been begging us to stop doing. Putting two singles wrestlers into a team and letting them beat all of the established tag teams and challenge for these belts at Mania. What the hell are we doing?
Right.
Y'all, you have had 6 years to get this right. All you do is you do what you do with the men's division, like have actual established tag teams compete for tag team championships. And even if the booking isn't great, that is a complaint gone, right? That's all you got to do. It's not hard, okay? There were 4, count them, 4 established women's tag teams in that match. You could have had the Secret Hervis. You could have had Pure Fusion Collective. I don't know if we're still calling them that at this point. Shayna and Zoe. You could have had Katana and Kaden, and there was a 4th team in that match that I'm forgetting, but you see my point, okay? There were options here. I would have also not minded Natalya and Maxine because it seems like that could become a thing going forward. I wouldn't mind this. This is literally the clearest setup to a Bayley heel turn I have ever seen in my entire life. And it pisses me off. I'm fuming. I'm not going to lie. The tag belts deserve better than this. Lyra deserves to be defending her championship at this pay-per-view. Fuck this whole match. I'm picking Liv and Raquel because, again, I'm not an idiot, but the minute WWE actually makes a women's tag division, then I will care about these belts again. Until then, go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. I'm over it.
Anyway, so I'm going to Liv and Raquel.
Yeah, I think Liv and Raquel are winning this. I do agree. I think Bayley's making a heel turn, and I think Liv is robbed of a more prominent WrestleMania spot. And of all of the tag titles that WWE has, they choose to leave the SmackDown tag titles off of the event and put these tag titles on, and the Raw tag titles. So, it's a very unfortunate. I'm not really a big fan of Raquel Rodriguez either. And so, I don't. Where's Chelsea Green?
Where's Chelsea Green?
Green.
I don't mind Bayley and Lyra as a tag team per se. I think it would be incredible if we had a Lyra Becky tag team because I feel like their recent careers have had some sort of synergy. But yeah, I'm sticking with Liv and Raquel.
Yeah. I want to say let Triple H cook, but it sounds like the microwave is running.
Girl, we've been letting him cook for 6 years with these belts. I gave him time. I gave him the opportunity to cook so many times, and he kept on serving me lean cuisines.
It's
okay?
True.
No.
And now that you have women's mid-card titles that matter, that you don't need the women's tag. The problem is you don't have women tag teams. There are no women tag teams.
No, there are. That's the thing. There are, right? Because Kaden and Katana are a women's tag team. The Secret Hervis is now a women's tag team. Shayna and Zoe have been tagging for almost a year. We have women's tag teams. They are not treating it like an established division like they do for both of the other scenes. For all of the faults I can give the World Tag Scene, right? At least there are tag teams that are fighting for a championship. This is fucking ridiculous. Imagine if you will here, okay, we had the Viking Raiders defending their belts against like Penta and Ludwig Kaiser. It doesn't make sense. It's not like, they would never do this with the men's belts, and the fact that they continue to do it with the women's belts pisses me off.
Lana.
They would. Big Braun Strowman and Nicholas.
Stop it.
Lana.
Stop it.
Lana, please.
Liv Raquel moving
Great,
on.
let's move on.
Derric didn't give his.
Derric.
We'll move on and he can tell us. So
you can catch up.
All right, let's talk about Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre in this street fight. Topher, why don't you start us off with
Yeah,
this
Drew
one?
McIntyre is one of my top 3 like wrestlers. Period. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, I love Drew McIntyre. Everything Drew McIntyre touches is gold. Drew McIntyre was part of the feud of the year last year. Not saying that Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest cannot be a great program. I just don't think it is a great program, and nor did it have enough time to become a great program. With that being said, Drew McIntyre for the win. I think they have a lot to prove in this match, and so therefore they're going to do everything they can to steal the show.
Mhm. Lewis.
I mean, it reeks of we got to get these people on the card, but let's just do a really quick shortcut way of doing it. I love a street fight in any situation. I hope that the booking of the match itself is gonna go off. I don't know. I mean, I've always loved Drew McIntyre in a stipulation match, so I could probably trust that the match is going to go crazy. Don't really care for the storyline as much. However, I'm predicting, Drew needs his comeuppance, so I'm gonna get Drew needs is comeuppance the right word? Drew needs to win. That's what I'm saying. Drew needs to win after everything that's happened to him in the last year.
Okay.
Bad thing is, I think they both need the win is the problem. And I
Yep.
think on top of that, the other big issue I have is this is yet another story that feels like it was kind of slapdashed to throw these two guys on the card. Now, granted, there's a little bit more to it than that. Drew did get eliminated by Damian in both Limby Shambles and the Royal Rumble. Cool. They did have their title program last year for a little bit. Cool. I just don't care. I'm sorry. I'm not fussed. I don't care for Damian Priest. I'm still not buying him being a top guy. I haven't been sold on him yet. I'll be real. I love Drew, but he's been cutting the same promo for a year now. I need something new. And because of that, I'm just not interested in this match, honestly. I'm picking Drew because I think Drew needs the win more than Damian, but I think if they are trying to get Damian over, he kind of needs this win. So I don't know.
Derric, first thing first. Liv, Raquel, Bailey, Lyra. What's your pick?
Oh, I just said Liv and Raquel because
Okay.
that's just a match that they just added to the card trying to build more screen time. So
Now, what you think
don't
about
care
this match?
See, now I knew I was gonna have a lot to say about this match, and I agree with whoever said that Drew needs this win because the fact that Drew only held the belt last year for 5 minutes before Damian cashed in, and then got screwed in the triple threat match with Punk getting involved. And with all this build up, Drew needs this match more. He needs this to solidify his legacy that he's still the Scottish Warrior, that he is still the baddest Drew McIntyre that we have seen. The Drew McIntyre that had a feud with Punk, finally won championship gold just for having to get him swiped away. That is the Drew McIntyre that I need to see on Sunday. Drew needs this match more, and if with this might build up his career. So I'm going Drew McIntyre. I love Damian and all, but Drew needs this win the most.
I just like Drew, so therefore I'll pick Drew. There we go. That's it.
Short
Let's
to the
move
point. I
on.
love it.
Right. Let's move on to the Intercontinental Championship match with Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, and Penta.
Gonna make
Brooke,
it
you
quick.
may start, please.
Gonna make it quick. I'm picking Penta. Penta's great. That's my dude. That's my guy. I want him to win this match. Finn and Dominic are gonna go do their thing. I think is the perfect way to get the belt off Braun without him getting pinned, so he can move up the card. Penta should win this match. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Brook was like, "I'm gonna
Lewis,
make this quick and get out of here." Right.
get out of
Straight
here.
to
I'm
the point.
done. Lewis,
Let
are
me
you
just
going
say
straight to
real
the point
quick, I'm
too?
excited for this match. I think this match is going to go off. I also have to agree. I do think that Penta's the one that take the win here, and I do think we're going to get Dominic turning on Finn or Finn turning on Dominic. Either way, though, either way, the Judgment Day is not staying the same after this.
Right.
Dirty Dom all the way is winning this match. Dirty Dom is owed, is due, is the man of the hour. Braun Strowman is incredible right now. Not Braun Strowman, sorry. Braun Breaker is incredible right now. Braun Breaker is completely over. I do think Braun Breaker could be Jey Uso's first opponent at Backlash, especially if Braun Breaker loses this match. So also this is not the first Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental Championship match in WrestleMania history, because WrestleMania 15 had a Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental Championship match. But yes, Dirty Dominic Mysterio is my pick.
Okay. D?
Now, this could go either way. You got Finn Balor, who has been trying to get a singles title, has a singles title with Braun Breaker, unfortunately. And because of Dirty Dom, he is in this title match to begin with. But since Penta just got on the scene and he's already doing major things in WWE already. So it will either it's either gonna be between Dirty Dom or Penta. That's probably gonna be the two that picks. One of them two is gonna pick up the pieces after everyone just beats the crap out of each other. And
So who you picking?
Penta,
You picking Penta?
I might pick Dirty Dom with this one.
Oh. Okay.
I will pick Dirty Dom with this pick. It's about time for him to get some singles gold, for him to be on his own.
Okay. And I'm picking Penta because I just think it's Penta's time. I think Penta's going to do it, and or I do agree with you though. If Dom wins, I wouldn't be mad at it because I think Dom winning changes the Judgment Day. I think he's been trying to change the Judgment Day, and if he has the belt, it would he will have the power to change the Judgment Day. And I think he turns on Finn, he kicks Finn out, he brings in who he's been trying to bring in, whoever that person is. Maybe it is Penta. Who knows? Like, what if it's Penta in this whole situation and Penta joins the Judgment Day?
Hey.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
This match has had a really good build up, and
Yes.
it has probably been one of the highlights of watching Raw is seeing these four men work. And so I will say that it's not just a thrown together Fatal 4-Way. Like, I actually really care about this match. It's going to be
yeah. I don't know. I think you know what? I'm changing. I'm put Dom. I'm gonna pick Dom because the more I talk about it, think about it.
If
Dom wins this.
If Dom pulls in Penta, it'll be a unique way to bring in Phoenix into the situation, because Phoenix would have something to say about it. Be like, Penta, what the fuck? What the fuck you doing, Penta? What are you playing at, Penta? So that'll be interesting. But I don't know. Who knows?
And
I don't see
Penta
going heel.
No,
anytime
not yet.
soon.
I don't think so. Not right. But I do think Dom wins this match because the more I think about it, the more I talk about it. Dom and Finn's story and trying to change Judgment Day. Dom wins. He has Liv and Raquel with the tag team champions, and he gets that. Yeah, Dom's winning. All right.
And Dom's never won at WrestleMania.
And he's never won at WrestleMania, so yeah. Let's move to AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Derric, I'll let you start first so we can get this. We'll let you start. Take that camera away from that light. You're killing us here.
Sorry, good people. AJ Styles and Logan Paul.
Make it quick because you got children background noise too.
Yeah. I think this is gonna be AJ's last WrestleMania it's probably going to be his last WrestleMania before he ends up calling it quits in WWE and trying to make room for the new superstars of today. So I think Logan Paul will get this match, and it hates for me to say because I can't really stand him. I hate his guts, but I think Logan Paul will be the one to knock off AJ Styles and let him know, and let the wrestling world know that new people, there's new talent, so y'all get ready.
No.
I mean, I like the Karrion Kross angle. I'm very curious as to see where that goes. I do think that in order for that to take wings or take flight, if you will, AJ Styles needs to lose this match. It's also been a minute since Logan Paul has had a moment, and Logan Paul has a lot of heat right now. That's really and with Logan Paul having his Max show, I just see a lot of logistic reasons why Logan Paul is winning this match. And I am very curious to see where this is going to propel AJ Styles. I also love that the build to this match, even though it's really not been articulated, but like the story that's being told is that you have, the king of independent like wrestling, AJ Styles, like coming up through the system, like a wrestler's wrestler, who happens to think the world is flat, and Logan Paul, who is literally just comes in out of nowhere and is really talented at this thing, like did not have to work at it at all, and it's just famous for being famous, like off of YouTube and not having to work hard, and it comes into the wrestling world and is like good at it. It's good. It's a good story. It's a good, like, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I just don't think they're telling it well. And I really don't like Logan Paul as like a person. I don't, share a lot of the same beliefs as Logan Paul, and I also don't share a lot of the same beliefs as AJ Styles. But it's gonna be a hell of a match. They're gonna do a lot of really cool things.
But you say Logan?
Yeah, I think Logan's winning.
Lewis?
I'm going to say one nice thing about Logan, and that's that new move that he debuted last week. I think it looks incredible. I'm actually going to predict AJ here. And that's because I think there's going to be one match of the night that... Okay, there's a couple matches that are unpredictable. I think this is the match that that it's like you think you know what's going to happen, but I think WWE is going to give AJ the dub. Actually, I think this will be like the surprise AJ win. I don't think this is AJ's last Mania. I think AJ's got enough cred backstage that he can predict that he can choose a better last Mania opponent than Logan Paul. So I think he's got at least another year in him. But I also wouldn't mind if he had more than another year in him. But I think he's going to get a better final Mania opponent than Logan Paul. Anyway, I'm going Styles.
Brook?
Do you all seem to think like that? Everyone seems to think Logan's winning this match? Because everything I have seen on television is pointing to an AJ Styles win to me. Logan stood tall on the Raw at the end of the segment. Logan stood tall there. Logan has pretty much stood tall in every single segment between the two of them. AJ Styles has been getting the "you have to beat him for the heart and soul of WWE" speech from Karrion Kross.
I mean,
like,
I think it's just based on track
something?
record. Track record recently, AJ's not had a lot of big wins. Logan has.
But that's why AJ needs the win. Look, like, am I missing something?
Right, but I don't think, and that's probably why people would predict Logan to win over AJ because of track record.
To me, it just seems like a very clear-cut AJ Styles win. That's what I want. That's what I think will happen. Also, the Pulverizer is a sick finisher, and it bums me out that Logan Paul is the person doing it because I wish someone else was doing that. Imagine if, like, I'm trying to think of somebody who, like Raquel Rodriguez. Imagine if she was doing that as her finish because she has the height to be able to do that to anybody and, like, the power to be able to do that to anybody. That'd be sick.
She would injure people.
And look, she's not what? What?
I'm just not a Raquel fan. I like.
I'm not really either, but I don't think she's ever been involved in an in-ring injury.
It's just
We're
why
not
isn't
talking
Nia
about
Jax in this
Nia.
position? They should have
Or
put
like Ridge
Nia in the
Holland.
position with Liv Morgan. If you're gonna put thrown together tag teams into a situation, where is
I don't
Nia?
think they were
Jax is
thrown
even
together
on
tag
par.
team. They've been going at. They've been like
They were originally.
They've been-
They're not anymore.
Yeah,
right, but like
I'm
Liv
thinking-
and Raquel, it makes sense as a tag team because they've been
Tag teams
together
before.
for fucking years.
They're
So
3-time tag champs at this point. I don't know if you can call them thrown together anymore. Beside the point. Talking about this match, I'm picking AJ Styles.
Me too. That's it. Let's move on to Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Bianca Belair. This triple threat match. This has been getting a lot of talk, a lot of discourse has been happening amongst the WWE fans on the internet about this match and the participants in this match. Things are shifting for some people. Everybody was all about mommy before, and maybe people are not too much about mommy now. Same thing with Bianca Belair. It's like everybody was EST, and now she's getting booed in Europe, which I'm like, hello, Europe, hello.
and even booed in
Not
America
too
now.
much. No, she is not being booed in America.
She's
But she's being,
last Raw.
Last
last Raw
heelish.
was a little bit. She getting a little heel, but you know what? I wouldn't mind a Bianca heel turn. Honestly, I'm here for it if it happens. If they do it, like pull it and let us get the NXT Bianca that we saw before, and I would be okay with it. But I think we're getting a lot of heat because of the disrespect that these two women are showing the champion Io Sky, which again is bothering me because I'm like, hello, don't sit here and fake the funk like Io Sky ain't nobody and is not a contender to be talked about and messed with, because she is. And that is why my prediction is Io Sky is winning this match, because I think Rhea and Bianca are gonna be too busy on themselves that they go forget that the empress of the what they call the of the
Genius of
sky,
the Sky. Genius of the Sky.
Genius of
the
the
genius
sky.
of the sky is gonna come out of there and kick both of their butt. And I'm sorry, I hate Bianca losing her streak of being undefeated at WrestleMania, but I think it's about to come to an end for Miss Bianca Belair, because she's gonna be too wrapped up in Rhea, and Rhea gonna be too wrapped up in Bianca, and they go miss the genius in the sky coming down and taking her place and showing them why she is a champion. Io's winning.
All of that. Literally all of that. This build reminds me a lot of the build of Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Benoit at Mania 20. And who won that match? The person who wasn't the focus of the feud, aka Io Sky in this particular situation. I'm also bummed that we're losing the Bianca undefeated streak. However, I will say, if it's not Io, it will be Bianca.
Yes.
I don't think they are going to waste our time with Io holding the world title for a month and a half just to put it right back onto Rhea again. I think that would fully get the fans against her at this point, and I don't think they want that. So it's either going to be Io or Bianca. I'm picking Io.
I don't trust the WWE machine to do something that to not do something stupid as to give a woman a belt for a month and then take it back off her. So on that basis, I'm predicting Bianca.
Well,
I don't mind Io losing the belt. I just don't think Rhea will be the person to take it off of her. In this
Yeah, no, I don't think it's Rhea. I think it's Bianca.
Okay. I really I think last year at WrestleMania, I had predicted that I was like, Bianca versus Rhea is like the next big Mania match that we need.
Yep.
And they're both super forces in the WWE. I will say that I'm loving the heel tendencies of Bianca, but similar to like the Naomi heel tendencies, like Bianca's not wrong.
She's not.
But
Nothing she
she's
said
not-
was a lie.
She's not wrong. And it is
You stand up in
interesting.
the
I was
background of my
very
picture?
stunned. I was very shocked when EO won the world title.
Shame.
They got me. They absolutely got me. Because here I am just thinking, oh, we're just watching another match on Raw. This is a good match. It's cute. And then 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, oh, you know. I don't, it's actually really interesting because I think they've done a very good job of taking what was I don't know how I feel about this weird, awkward triple threat match thing that they're putting together that should be and when it should have been a one-on-one, to now making it matter. And I do think that the only way that this makes the most amount of sense is for EO to win. So I actually am predicting EO to win this. However, I would not be upset with any of them winning in any capacity. I just want this to be a really good match. And I want them to prove that this was a better decision than a one-on-one match between Rhea and Bianca. And great callback to WrestleMania 20. I didn't think about it, and as you were mentioning it, I was like, oh wow, this is almost straight up out of the playbook of the Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Chris Benoit feud. Except Chris Benoit did not randomly win the world title from Triple H prior to the match. But yeah, I you know what I mean, like EO does deserve to be in the main event of WrestleMania, and I guess you could just call every match that has a world championship a main event match. And so yeah.
Derric?
Yeah.
Yeah.
EO Sky's my prediction.
Gotcha.
Okay, with this match, this is more like Brook said, WrestleMania 20, but this is also WrestleMania 37 with Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, and Edge.
Okay, but
I think the streak is gonna stay alive here. Bianca's gonna win. That's gonna feud up a match. That's probably gonna feud up a match with Jade Cargill down the line. So either EO or Bianca's gonna win that match. But I'm picking Bianca as the pick. I think she's gonna pin Rhea to become the champion.
no,
Would not complain with Bianca winning.
not at all. Not at all. I'm like, Bianca wins. I'm okay with that. I'm okay
Yeah,
with
that streak is gonna stay. That streak is gonna still be undefeated at the end of night 2.
All right. Well, let's move on to the main event match of the night. Cody Rhodes, John Cena. I'm just gonna keep it brief. I'm gonna keep it cute. I'm gonna keep it brief. John Cena's winning this match. Done. Thank you.
I think personally, I've lost interest in the Rhodes title run.
Me too.
And I'm actually loving the Cena heel turn.
Me too. Because again, Topher, what did you say? He's not wrong. If you go be a heel, make it justified. And John Cena is not wrong. The fans have been dogging this man for 25 plus years. We said he sucked. We said he has 5 moves. John Cena died. We don't like John Cena. And he's been nice and nice and nice and nice and nice. And now when he turned heel, everyone's like, how could you wait? What? What
Pickle.
Fickle fans. And when John Cena broke up with us, I was like,
Yo, he got jumped by John Cena.
We got jumped. I was like, I guess we kind of just. I was like, we kind of deserve it. But see, I personally never said those things, so I know he wasn't talking about me. So I'm kind of like, John's not talking about me, but it's okay. We will go to therapy. We will work this out, and in the end, before he leave everybody for good, we'll be back together. We're gonna be back together before it's all over. But he's not wrong. Sorry, I interrupted Lewis. I just could not help myself.
You're good. One thing I will say is he did us dirty with the London match. Anyway, I'm also very, very confused by the Rock of it all. He was there for like a hot minute and now he's not.
They
Anyway,
can only afford Dwayne a few nights a year, don't you know?
He owns
Right.
the company.
he owns the company. Wait.
Well, he's on the board.
The board.
Right. Anyway, big match. John is getting the win.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. I think this is the greatest WrestleMania match of all time in the context of a hype into a match. You have Cody Rhodes, who is currently the WWE champion during the time of WWE's biggest boom period. Cody Rhodes is the champion, selling out arenas and outselling merchandise more than anybody else. Okay, he has taken up the mantle. He had a long story. The fans wanted him so bad. John Cena was the face of WWE for 10 years during a time that WWE struggled, but John Cena carried the company on his back. John Cena is the man. He is probably one of the greatest of all times. Maybe even the greatest of all time in both character and in performance, right? Because Big Match John, you all say he can't wrestle, but how many fucking great matches has John Cena been a part of? A lot. You know, take a look at his Rolodexes. You know, he just because he had 7 matches with Randy Orton that were all very, very sluggish. That's the only reason we think John Cena can't wrestle. But he got a great match out of the Great Khali. Okay? Like, that, you can't tell me. Like, so Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, you know, it's funny because it was said during the Rock Hogan match, Jerry the King Lawler, on commentary very famously, was like, you will never get Tyson and Ali. You will never get, Barry Bonds versus Babe Ruth, right? Like, but you will get The Rock and Hogan. And I think Hogan was past his prime at that time. John Cena is not past his prime. He's right on the end. He's in the fledgling stage. But of all of the potential matches that you could possibly have at WrestleMania, this is literally, I think, the greatest WrestleMania main event of all time that you could possibly put together. WrestleMania, even though it's 2 nights, it is 100% a one-match show, and it is this match right here. The man of, I mean, Stone Cold was my childhood, Stone Cold and The Rock, but realistically, like, John Cena is my, like, teenage years, you know what I mean? But Cody Rhodes is my now. Cody Rhodes is my champion right now that I rooted for, that I wanted to see win. I cried when he won the belt. And now I'm getting to see them go face-to-face in a legitimate match that I do not know how the results are going to end. I do think it's possible Cena could win. But, you know, Hulk Hogan slayed Andre the Giant. You know, Andre the Giant was never a heel and made a heel turn and got slayed by Hulk Hogan. You know? So this is it. This is money. This is money right here.
Well, who are you
Highest grossing.
predicting now?
Oh, I think I'm going to predict John Cena.
I'm about to say, you said all that and gave me that.
Topher is always predicting John Cena.
Highest grossing match of all time. This is the highest grossing match of all time. Period.
Okay. Derric, I'll let you go, and Brook, I'll let you get the last word on this match.
Gonna be the top match. John Cena winning his 17th. I hate it for Cody Rhodes and how he got to this moment. It's gonna come to an end like this. I hate it for him because honestly, I would rather still hold the title. But John Cena's gonna beat the record. He's gonna break it, and then he's probably gonna pull a CM Punk and just take the title with him.
Okay, Brook, you got the final word.
Well, that's fun. I don't normally get to go last. Like last time. I'm usually so talkative, but I've been, dealing with some issues today. Beside the point, I have been part of the Cody Rhodes title reign has been stale train for a minute. And I do agree. I have not been invested in a single Cody Rhodes feud outside of his first 2 with AJ Styles. And even then, only the I Quit match was the only time I was invested. Conversely,
ladder match?
What?
Not the KO ladder match?
I was there in person. The match was great. I knew who was going to win. And that's what I've been saying in all of our videos is that Cody has been doing great matches with great competitors and Solo Sikoa. He has been doing what he can, right? But the problem is none of his matches have had any stake because we all know that Cody's going to win. And it's just been kind of boring. It was the same problem I had for a lot of Roman's title reign, was that most of his matches, we knew that Roman was going to win. I think there were maybe like 4 during that entire reign that Roman had a reasonable chance of losing. Here, I don't know how much I believe in John Cena here being the person to be the one to take the belt off Cody, because I heard that Triple H podcast interview the other day and he was like, the internet's not real. Every time I go into the arena and Cody Rhodes comes out, I hear the loudest pops in the room and he's still the biggest merch seller. And like, if we're going with the old school booking logic, you don't take the belt off your biggest merch seller at the biggest show of the year. But then the other part of me thinks very simply, heel John Cena on his final run in the company. You cannot waste this opportunity. So, because I think CM Punk is winning the triple threat and going to move into a feud with the winner of this match, I'm going to go with John Cena. But if Cody wins this match, I will not be surprised. I'll be a little irritated, but I won't be surprised. Because I think their other avenue you could have to tell the story with John here is that John turned into a bad guy to win that belt, and he didn't get it. And now he has to deal with the fact that he abandoned all of his morals that he has been preaching for 20 years to win a championship. And how does he recover from that? It's one of the stories that I've always thought is something that the company doesn't do enough of, is where does the loser go after they lose an opportunity like this? Because we don't normally get that. A lot of the time it's they just move into the next feud and we don't have time to see the character grow and develop. This is the biggest title match in the history of John Cena's career, right? You win this, you erase Ric Flair from the record books, right? How do you, if you lose, where do you go? It is fascinating. Because, oh God, I might have just talked myself into picking Cody.
I had this really, really weird vision where
I'm picking Cena, but I think Cody winning could be compelling. So,
first of all, what's your prediction?
I'm picking Cena.
The match could go either way.
I've had this really weird vision, which it obviously isn't going to happen, but it would be fucking hilarious if John hits the AA and it looks like it's about to happen. And then all of a sudden, woo!
Not that.
He did say that Cena would have to go through him to win to break the
It will
record.
take him about 20 minutes to get to the ring, first of all. So
no, they're gonna have the like WrestleMania 3 carts that they had to like get Andre down to the ring really fast.
Wow.
He gives one of those like it's not even a slap at this point. It will probably just be a pat.
Ric Flair be sitting ringside because he wants to be there just in case John actually does it, and then breaks the record. But then right before he does it, he comes and stops him from doing it, and it's I can't.
He'll break a limb just trying to get to the ring.
I'm about to say, quite frankly, the match could go either way. I'm for both of them. Honestly.
So, I do have one more question before we head out of here, because it is something that we need to talk about. Randy Orton.
Oh yeah. Randy Orton is the third man.
So, do we want to offer the bonus point of the episode to Randy Orton's opponent and the winner of that match?
Yeah.
Sure.
Unless
Randy Orton's going to win the match, but
Randy Orton's going to win the match regardless of
who was he going against?
I don't know.
I don't want it to be Solo Sikoa,
because I hope you're wrong.
I don't want it to be Solo Sikoa. I want it to be Nick Aldis.
Who we got?
I'm gonna say, and this is Crackpot Brook theory number 3 of the video, I think, which is Randy Orton will be prepared to go against Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis comes out to the ring and he goes, "Oh, I'm not wrestling tonight. I'm retired. I've been retired. However, I did just grab a new acquisition to the SmackDown brand. I think that would love to have a match at WrestleMania against Randy Orton." And then Obafemi comes out runs through Randy Orton, mows this man down. Because I think Oba's losing the NXT title on Saturday. So I think this is the perfect time. I'm assuming this match will happen on Sunday because it is a match short at the moment. You have Oba have his triple threat on Saturday, lose the belt, let Javon win the belt, pin Trick, and then Oba comes up, beats Randy Orton in his debut at WrestleMania, instant star.
Okay.
Oba Femi.
Okay. Well, who do we see? Which one, Lewis? What we got?
I think it will actually make sense to. I've said it already before we start recording. I think this is the slot to bring in Alistair a bit earlier. I think an Alistair Randy match would go off, and I don't think either of them. I think both of them have a lot to gain in a match and nothing to lose if either of them end up losing to one or the other.
You said Alistair?
Alistair Black.
Oh.
I think it'll be Nick Aldis, but I think it's going to be a very short match because Nick Aldis is limited. But I think the pop alone of Nick Aldis getting a match is really all that it's worth the money of. So,
What do you mean Nick Aldis is limited?
he's like injured, can't
He's
like
not.
really wrestle. So why doesn't Nick Aldis wrestle?
Because he wanted to do the
No, but he did
Because
not
when
want
they
to do
hired
that.
him, they said that
They
we
hired
don't
him.
want you as a
I mean, he
wrestler.
got pulled into the WWE. I'm sure there's plenty of people who would do the backstage
Me,
side.
I would do it.
I mean, there's plenty of people in the backstage of WWE that would happily still wrestle and can still wrestle. A la Robert. I don't know. Is he injured? I don't know.
I thought
He's
Nick
not
Aldis.
again.
I thought
He's
Nick
not.
Aldis had like some sort of like
Okay.
Daniel Bryan type not cleared to
I
wrestle.
don't believe
They
so.
hired him as a producer, and that was just all it was. Like that was just why he got hired.
Yeah, I don't think he
Then
injured himself.
Nick Aldis is going to surprise us with a match. That's the only you have to replace Kevin Owens with something better. Not better than Kevin Owens, but a bigger or better surprise. Something that's
And I
worth
think that's
more
Alistair.
of your money. Nick Aldis is the one.
Okay.
Oba's a good
Alright.
choice. Oba's a good choice. I mean, maybe it'll be
Alistair.
Mickey James. They've been touting the intergender matches on.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be the same as. Yeah, no, I don't.
Derric,
I
you
think
gotta
we
come
get
and
Charlotte
say
Flair versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental title at Backlash.
who you think, D?
Yeah. Randy Orton gonna get a match. And I was really hoping for Kevin Owens, but since he's not, Nick Aldis will probably be the one to come out. Like
Is he
he's
gonna be the one
going to
wrestling?
fight, but
Okay.
it's probably gonna be solo, and I hate it because I
We
just
all go
don't
in
like
different
it.
directions. I love it.
I don't know because I'm sick. I'm going with I think it might be either Javon Evans because I'm like they can run it back and have it on the WrestleMania stage because that was a really good match in NXT.
That was so
Or
good.
it was really good. Or it might be the new acquisition that we were talking about. It might be Rusev.
Oh,
I said,
We all
now I
go-
said, now I
It
said,
said
could
that
also
yesterday.
be Phoenix. There's a world where it could be Phoenix.
could be, or they could
Um,
just give us a 5-way tag team ladder match for the SmackDown tag
Right.
title.
For the tag team on
With Randy Orton's returning
Steve Rock.
partner, Matt Riddle.
Yeah, there you
Fuck
go.
that. Fuck
Oh
that.
God.
No, especially no. We are not having Riddle replace
Randy
KO.
Orton is gonna
We are
play
not
a
having
factor
Riddle replace
because
KO,
Randy Orton is
especially
the
after what
cover
he said.
art for Backlash.
Especially after everything he said about KO. Do not want that to
Yeah.
happen.
Randy Orton is the cover art for Backlash, so you know that Randy Orton is going to play a factor in some capacity.
Yeah. It will
Or
happen.
that's the make good for the fact that Randy Orton's not going to be on the WrestleMania
Oh my
card.
god, Randy Orton, John Cena at Backlash? That's crazy.
Wow.
I mean, back
But-
at St. Louis.
I mean, I think it could happen. But that's what we got. We only just took 2 hours to get here, but we got 2 nights of WrestleMania to cover, so it took a little bit longer.
2 of the 18 hours of WrestleMania.
Yep. And so we're gonna leave it here. We're gonna say thanks for watching. We appreciate you taking the time and spending your 2 hours with us. If you spent the whole 2 hours, you are a real one. We appreciate you. You are a real one if you spent the whole 2 hours with us. If whatever time you spent with us, that we appreciate it. But while you're here, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. That'd be great. We'll be back to talk about night 1 and 2 of WrestleMania sometime next week, maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday. What we'll be back to talk about in Two Talk and see who wins. Which one of us have predicted the right ones, and see if is it going to be Heat Mania, or is it going to is the biggest match of the night going to be Charlotte Flair and Trish Tiffany Stratton? What?
Dark Horse real quick. Dark Horse guess for alternate opponent Jeff Cobb.
Oh, he just signed. That would be lit.
Imagine.
Oh,
Jeff Cobb,
New
New Japan. He's just left New Japan.
Oh, and there was a New Japan shirt that The Rock was wearing.
Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, Lana, your bit.
We gonna go because do all the things. Support us on this channel and all of our other channels. Go to the description below. Leave comments. Let us know who you think are going to win things, who's not going to win things, who's everything. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to all the other channels. Follow us on our audio podcast links. Join our Patreon. Get your merch at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. And follow us on all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can follow all of us there in these places too. And we're going to get out of here because believe that I'm tired. So cheers, y'all.
Another pick? No, I'm kidding.
No. Bye.